Welcome to Release Day. I'm Alex Huard. If there's a collective feeling that many of us have felt in 2020, it's that of isolation. For Montreal-based indie pop duo Flara K, this feeling of confinement literally drove the couple to journey away from the same four walls they'd been locked down within for months. On September 26, 2020, Sam Martel and Collin kicked off their Cruiser Conversations tour. Traveling across Canada in an RV, they played virtual shows from parking lots and connected with music communities along the way to better understand how Canada's musicians are navigating this new era of the music industry. All while raising funds throughout the trip for the Unison Benevolent Fund, a non-profit charity providing counseling and emergency relief services for the Canadian music community. 2020 has been tough, but one thing is certain: Canada's music community is resilient. Flara K have made that all the more evident through the release of their debut EP, Anxious, Irrational, Fashionable.
Will you hold me closer? Let me taste your love. When I close my
It's very much an honest reflection of our last year, I'd say. We wanted to explore different sounds and we didn't want to limit ourselves to a specific genre, although I feel like it is, very much like a kind of a pop R&B vibe. It came together so naturally that it was like, oh, okay, the EP is here. This is it. Like there was nothing left for us to do. It was like, that was it.
Even when we talk about the title, Anxious, Irrational, Fashionable, like Sam and I both kind of struggle with anxiety. We're not kind of struggle with anxiety.
We struggle with
anxiety. And for me, like Sam is a great dresser and she loves fashion, and she kind of pushed me to like kind of explore my boundaries a bit, because I think I had been wearing the same kind of clothes since I was in high school. And the more I would try these new things and wear things I didn't necessarily feel comfortable on, I actually found more people who were kind of like excited by that. They're like, oh, Collin, you look so cool. Where'd you get this? And I found for me, the more I felt uncomfortable, the more I felt comfortable being uncomfortable. And the more I wanted to feel that way, because I felt it was kind of like I was digging this place in my mind where it was like kind of this untapped potential where I felt happier, but I was so afraid to cross the line to go there. And most of the time your anxieties are irrational. Like, 99% of them will never happen, but it doesn't discredit them from being true in the moment.
When I heard what you guys were doing, this totally stood out to me as a super cool way of, especially during a pandemic, supporting your EP. So let me break it down a little bit. You guys drove across Canada from Montreal to British Columbia. You guys made it all the way out to BC.
Went all the way to Vancouver.
Yeah, amazing. In an RV, and you played virtual shows along the way in different provinces, different cities, and you had different artists join you for what you were calling them as Cruiser Conversations. How did this idea come about? What just made you guys decide to approach the release of your EP this way?
I think honestly, a big part of it was us feeling very cooped up. We just needed to get away from it, and we needed to disconnect and just feel like there was something else. Like I think this was our way of finding hope again.
We got very lucky in the sense that her parents had this RV that was sitting there and they weren't using. So like we're very fortunate and very conscious of that. This is not an opportunity that just anyone can have. And then I think we just really wanted to connect with other people. So we spoke with like festivals that we've always wanted to play, and it was nice to pick their brain about like Breakout West and Sled Island and the Regina Folk Festival. And then we just basically reached out to the bands we had been listening to throughout the pandemic, and they were super down to join us.
A lot of people got to learn a lot about you guys from these vlogs and from these conversations. Is that something you've done before in terms of just kind of capturing your life moments and then editing them all together like that, or no?
No, we had never done something like that. And it was cool because I'm happy that we did it, and I'm happy, like I'm excited to continue doing it, because I feel like it showed who we are on a different way. But it was definitely interesting at first, like trying to be as natural as possible while also filming yourself. I mean, it's an adjustment, but it's been really fun.
Has the pandemic changed you as artists in any way, and how you plan on approaching future releases?
Absolutely. Yeah. And to kind of just roll with it and be, not just be creative in your music, but creative in like the way you approach everything in life. So like this idea happened because we were just like bouncing ideas back and forth of what we could do to do something different and fun.
This project was so much of us letting go of what we wanted, or what we thought people wanted to hear or wanted to see. And it's become more apparent that like the more authentic you are, the more attraction that brings, I feel, to like for other people to kind of connect with you. And I feel like this project has definitely shown us that very much.
Slow drive, yeah. Ignore the reach on my phone, yeah. Oh, it's so easy when I dream it. I'm so reactive when I see it. Said, can I take some time away?